Welcome to From Darkness to Light radio podcast, and then also my podcast, The Old You versus the New You. I'm your host, Goddess Asha Mariama. I appreciate you guys for joining me for this episode. If you guys like the commentary and you want to hear more, please go to Spreaker.com/finding your inner peace and tranquility, and then also the old you versus the new you. I appreciate you guys for joining me for this episode. I'm going to include TikTok as well. This is also going on my vocal podcast as well. So bear with me just 1 second. I'm trying to make sure everybody can see me because I'm going to have this conversation. So let me pick my little effect thing and we should be good. I hope everything is well with you guys. So while I'm doing that, I just want to say to all of you that this podcast is all about healing and recovery from the old you and letting go of the old version of you to become a new version of yourself. So give me just 1 second. Hello, everybody on TikTok. How y'all doing today? Me, I'm doing good. I hope life is good with you guys. Welcome to both my podcasts, The Old You versus the New You, and From Darkness to Light radio podcast. These are my healing and recovery podcasts that I do every once a week, where we talk about overcoming adversity, going from being lost to being found, letting go of the old version of you in order to be a new and better version of yourself. I'm also doing this on my other social media platforms as well. If you guys like the content and it resonates with you, please, by all means, I appreciate the gifts in advance. And I just want to say thank you. And also, a little about me, I'm a certified recovery, healing, and recovery coach that's all about helping people in their past and their journeys and their purpose to a new and better you through self discovery. I help people go from being lost to being found, letting go of the old version of you, relinquishing all of the old emotions that are attached to your past, letting go of all of the things that basically are holding you back from your greatness because you haven't for years been able to be the person that you want to be. You've been everybody else but the person that you want to be. And I wanted to do this podcast because I want to show people that you can let go of the expectations. You can let go of all of the past and things that have happened in order for you to be the best version of yourself. Now, this podcast is on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google. It's also on Amazon. It's also on iHeartRadio and multiple other streaming companies as well. If you guys want one-on-one coaching or you want to sponsor my podcast, if you want to also be a guest on my podcast, please go to Spreaker.com/ASHA.MARIAMA01@gmail.com. It's ASHA.MARIAMA01@gmail.com. Now, the topic for today is seeing things and people for who they truly are. Now, why is this important? Why is it important for people to see people and situations for what and who they truly are? Well, let me explain that. Number one, the reason why a lot of y'all went through what you went through because you did not see people and situations for what they truly are. You saw your version of it. You saw what you wanted and you went after it, not understanding that particular person that you went after was not the person you were supposed to be with in the first place. That was not your person. If you got to go chase after somebody, then that is not your person. Most people meet mutually. So you'll meet down the middle. So if you with somebody and you're the one doing all the giving and this person is doing all the taking, if you with somebody that told you no, they weren't interested and you kept pursuing it, then you need to take everything that come with it. And I hear it all the time with people saying, well, when I met you, you weren't the person that I thought you were. When I met you, you were completely different than the person you are now. That's because they were never that person in the first place. That person was never the person you thought they were going to be in the first place. That person was never your person at all. They were somebody, as soon as they said the word no, you should have left them where they was. Some of y'all have been Captain Save-A-Hoes, Build-A-Bears, Build-A-Dolls, seat fillers, and people pleasers. Y'all been trying to make everybody else happy except yourself. Y'all lowering yourself because you want to be trying to upgrade somebody that basically, essentially, do you think you the only person that tried to upgrade this person? You think you the only person that been faithful to this person? You think you the only person that has done right by this person? Because I hate to be the one to tell you that would be a lie. If you look at all of this person's ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, they were you. They thought the same thing. They thought they could change this person, they could make them better, that they would be faithful to them, that when they made it, that we were going to celebrate, that this person was going to give me the world. And the immortal words of Luther Vandross, if this world were mine, I will place at your feet all that I own. You feel so good to me. Yeah, that part. You thought this person was going to give you the world. You thought this person was going to give you flowers and the birds and the bees, and with your love around me, that would be all I need. In the mortal words of Luther Vandross. Yeah, this person fed you a dream that didn't exist. A lot of y'all sitting up here thinking, oh, if I do all of these things and I lower myself and I bend over backwards, he's going to love me. Yeah, in the mortal words of Jennifer Holliday. And I'm telling you, I'm not going. You're the best man I ever known. There's no way I can never go. No way that you living without me or that I'm living without you. I don't want to be free. And you gonna love me. No matter what, you gonna love me. Well, guess what? They don't. You can cook, you can clean, you can do whatever. You can even have the ring on your finger. That does not mean that man respects you. It don't mean that woman respects you either. You are marrying an illusion. You are marrying a want. You're marrying a desire, but you ain't marrying the person themselves. You are friends with somebody that is using and taking advantage of you and is sucking the life and stealing everything from you. You the one sitting up here trying to make sure everybody else is good, paying everybody else's way to go on vacation, and yet you're the one now broke. I think about Shanquilla Robinson, who passed away because she was lured into going on vacation and got jumped, and she is now dead. She did. All because she went out of town with a bunch of people who she thought were her friends that didn't care about her at all. Stole her money, lied to her mama, and the girl is now dead. Dead. I have seen so many situations where people who thought that people was their friends lured them out there and did something to them people, and they now dead. I have seen women following a man, chasing behind a man that is messing around with another woman, and instead of you moving on with your life, you want to fight this female because you want to hold on to a man that blatantly disrespected you, that was gone a long time ago. He been gone. He been gone. He gone. He been left you the day that he met that girl. The day he met her, get a phone number, talk to her, act like he was single, and if she does know about you, then tries to daylights out your name. A lot of females never ask that woman, what has that man told you about me? I promise you that man has said everything negative under the sun about you. But you stay because you figure You don't want the girl to have your lifestyle. Well, if you was doing well and doing good on your own, it wouldn't matter whether he stay or go or not, because you got yourself together. If you got yourself together and you doing good, you can just walk away and leave. But whatever you did as friendship will lead into that romantic relationship, or y'all were dating. Whatever you did when y'all were girlfriend and boyfriend leads into that marriage. It leads right on into it. So for all of y'all sitting here talking about that what you did before the marriage don't matter. Oh, yes, it does. It absolutely matters. It matters. So the fact that y'all are not seeing situations and people for what they truly are and who they truly are. The fact that you are dating people because of what they look like. You are dating people because of this, because of this, because of everything that they got, because of these things right here, possessions. You are marrying a person because of what they can give you and what they can do for you, but you are not dating a person based on their mental capacity. You ain't dating somebody based on the choices, decisions, actions, and behavior that they do. You are not dating somebody because they're a godly person. You're not dating somebody because God is leading their life. No, y'all ain't doing that. You are dating somebody because they're physically attractive. You are dating someone that you don't even know how their mind frame works. You don't even know if they got depression, anxiety, ADHD. You don't even know what they got. You don't know what kind of spirit they got. You don't know what type of heart they got. You don't know what medical conditions going with that person. You don't know if that person got HIV, full-blown AIDS, sexually transmitted. You don't know that. You will not know that looking at a person whether or not they're abusive. You don't know whether they have mental health issues by looking at them. You looking at the fact that he's doing right by you, but this man got 2 kids that he barely go to see because of the fact he dating you and act like he ain't got no kids. Oh, okay. So the fact that y'all sitting up and having babies by men that ain't even taking care of the 2 or 3 they already got. You do not know somebody by looking at them. You don't know whether or not a person is good and bad by looking at them. I don't know why y'all believe that. Y'all believe sex is based upon what somebody look like. You are basing it on the body types when you couldn't be more wrong, because that ain't what it's based upon, because it ain't. And I will have to talk about that on Patreon or on my Discord and have that conversation, because it's a bold-faced lie. Sex has nothing to do with what you look like, because the body can't see what you look like. They can't even see what the other person look like. So what makes you think that's what any of this is about? This is what y'all been taught. Your identity is the external. Your identity is what everybody else wants you to be. Let me tell you why they want you to be what everybody else wants you to be. Because it's easy to manipulate somebody that want to be accepted, that want to be loved, that want to be appreciated, that want to be valued, that want to be wanted and needed, to be validated, to be approved of, to be accepted, for somebody to know their worth and somebody proving something to people. If they can lower somebody that actually has potential and lower them psychologically by making them feel less than what they are. The last time we had this conversation, we talked about the golden child. We talked about the golden child. I have not posted it on YouTube yet, but I plan on it. But the golden child does not have to do nothing. There will always be somebody that's going to feel sorry for that person and going to feel like if I save them, then they're going to be with me. They're going to love me. If I spend money on this girl and I go get plastic surgery for her, that she's going to love me. Nope. She is going to be on social media showing off everything. She gonna be looking for someone else. You are just a seed filler. You just somebody that while they're going through whatever, while they're alone, you are just taking up space. You are just taking up space, unfortunately. Okay. So if you don't start seeing people and situations for what they truly are, if y'all don't start accepting what comes out of people's mouths and just say, okay, if that's the way you feel, okay, I'm leaving. That's it. I'm leaving. The minute you come out your mouth and you say something negative, I'm leaving on the midnight train away from you. I am not going to sit up here and explain myself to a negative person. You could put out there my whole entire life story and I wouldn't care. Why? Because I've already dealt with it. Everything you put out about me has already been addressed. I've already repented for my wrongs. I've already made amends to the people who I've wronged, and I've forgiven those who have wronged me. So you bring it up for what? And then the crazy part is the people that believe it. The people that base their spouse, they base their kids on what everybody else thinks. Not based on their character, not based on them being a good person. No, based on what they look like. So because I'm not society's standard of weight, I'm not society's standard of beauty, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. Y'all keep telling people, oh, they're gonna, if you put on makeup, you'll find them. Let me tell you something, I've done it all. And it changes nothing. It changes nothing. For some people, I don't care what they do. They can be successful. They can wear makeup. They can lose weight. They can go get plastic surgery. But it's not going to change that person's self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, self-respect, and confidence in themselves. It changes none of that. It don't. It changes nothing. So the fact that y'all argue with people and not understanding, let them say what they're going to say. Let them go ahead and say all the negative things they want to. Then look at them and say, you know what? Have a good day. Have a good day. And walk off. That person don't want to be with you. It was nice meeting you. Keep pushing. That's not your person. Anybody that wrong you, that is not your person. That will never be your person. That person gonna have you going around the world and in jail, dead, drugs, alcohol, codependency, depression, anxiety. You gonna hit rock bottom. And guess what that other person do after they make you hit rock bottom? They gonna move on to the next person and then suck the life out of them and keep pushing. That is what negative people do. Negative people, if they don't get what they want, when they don't get the reaction they want from you, oh, they get mad because you ain't gonna do it. And that's where infidelity comes from. I'm not getting what I want from you, and you ain't gonna give it to me, so I'm gonna go to somebody else and get it. Infidelity starts from childhood when you're a kid and your parents tell you no, and your kid throw a temper tantrum. Well, guess what? When you get older, it's a little different. It goes from them throwing a temper tantrum to them putting their hands on you, to them ending your life, or they go ask everybody and their mama, can somebody buy them what they want? Let's say for example, your child want to go to a party. Mom said no. They go to dad and say, well, dad, I want to go to the party. Mom say yes. No, well, then you can't go. Grandma, can I go over your house for the weekend? Sure. You go over there and grandma says, yeah, you can go to the party. One way or another, they're going to get somebody to give them what they want, no matter what. They're going to find somebody that's going to give them exactly what it is that they want. And that's how infidelity works. Infidelity is what you won't do, somebody else will. And I will find somebody else that will do exactly what I want them to do. I don't care who I hurt. I don't care who I destroy. You are one way or another, I'm going to get what I want. But see, the problem is, ain't no consequences for that. There's no consequences for somebody breaking your heart. There ain't no consequences for somebody hurting you. So imagine you find out this person that you've been married to, that you lowered yourself for, that you stopped working for, that you gave up your career for, that you gave up everything for, is now with the same women that they said that they didn't want you to be like, or the same men they said they didn't want. Oh, okay. So even though you've lowered yourself, even though you've given up everything to be with these people, they'll never lower themselves for you. They will never lower themselves to be with you. They're never going to give you what you give them. And instead of y'all accepting these people for what they are and saying whether or not you want to deal with them or not, you continue to deal with them anyway, even though they have, some of these people have literally showed you who they are. And I'll give you another example. You may have somebody tell you out the gate, I want friends with benefits. I don't want a relationship. All I want is friends with benefits. But who's the one getting the better end of the stick? The person that told you that, or you? You would think you would say, no, I'm good. I ain't going there. I want marriage. I'm not doing that. But instead, because you want this person, James Scott Farron, I want what I want and I want it now. Now you end up in a situation of friends with benefits. And then when that person move on with the person they really do want to be with, you're screwed. Somebody's going to always get the short end of the stick. In most cases, it's the person chasing after the other person. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You are chasing behind people that never wanted you in the first place. They never wanted you. They never desired you. They never were your person in the first place. So if y'all don't learn to start seeing things for what they are before you jump into anything, before you date people, have friendships. So when it comes to healing and recovery, you got to accept things for exactly what they are. There is no trying to change it. There is no trying to make it work. It's over and that's it. The minute that person cheats on you, that relationship is over. The minute that person hits you, that is it. Ain't no conversation. Ain't no I'm going back. I'm done. If you are truly healed, your peace, your quiet, your tranquility is non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable, and that's just it on that. So even though you may think that you should be out here doing whatever it is that you're doing, I beg to differ. Why are you trying to hold on to somebody that left you a long time ago? You just now finding out. You just now finding out the person you thought you loved never loved you in the first place. They were just there because you had your own place. They were just there because you had money. They were just there because they didn't want to be by themselves. They were just there because you were easy and accessible, and you were easy to control, easy to manipulate, easy to bamboozle, easy to lead astray. That's it. So you up here trying to be with somebody because of the challenge of it all. But the other person ain't thinking about you. You the one doing everything. Why is that person in your house if you still paying all the bills? If you still doing everything by yourself, why are they there? If that person don't want to take you nowhere, only comes over when they want to have sex with you, only comes over when they want something, only come over when they need money, you're putting stuff in your name that you ain't never gonna use. These people ain't never gonna pay you back your money. You ain't never gonna see your money. When you go through something, they ain't nowhere to be found. They don't think that you have the right to ask for anything because you're independent. You'll figure it out. That's what they tell you. Oh, you'll figure it out, but not that golden child. They're going to make sure their bills are paid. They're going to make sure they're good, but not you. Not you. So instead of y'all looking at what I like to call the siren phase, and this is the illusion of it all. You are looking at the illusion of that person, but you don't see how they think, their critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment, morals, values, principles, and ethics. You're not looking at the way that they go about thinking and how their decision making, their actions, and their choices and decisions impact your health and wellness. You ain't looking at none of that. You're not looking at the fact that not only are you dealing with them, but you're dealing with their friends, their family, their exes, their baby mamas, their baby daddies. You are dealing with everything that come with that person. So if you just got over all this mess, your exes and everything, you done healed, you done been by yourself, you done been through your cocoon, isolation, hibernation, and that stage, and now you out here being a butterfly, you're doing well, your blessings are coming, and then here come all these people that find out you got a new house, that find out you doing well. Now it's, you should give us some money. Give you money for what? You weren't there to help me build it? Oh, then they want to sue you. Then it's like, you should give your sister your house. Give her what? Why would I give my sister my house that I paid for? Who gonna pay the rent? Oh, you gonna pay for it. So I'm paying for my house that I bought for me, and I'm moving my sister in there who ain't paying no rent. Absolutely not. Now the sudden is, we supported you, we believed you, but you didn't help me build it. You weren't there when I went through any of what I went through, and here you are. The person that you thought, who you said what I was doing was a pipe dream. What I was doing was not going to make no money. What I was doing wasn't going to get me nowhere. That I didn't work a regular 9-to-5 job, and I'm not living the life like my sibling, but yet I'm doing very well for myself. And here you come. Now, as you know, you knew I could do it. Now that you see dollar signs, now that you see $50 million underneath my name, now that you see me on Forbes, now you see me with a billionaire, here y'all come, now want to be a family. Absolutely not. I see my family, my friends, and everybody associated with me as they are. Not what I want them to be. The only person I see things for the way I want to be is me. Everybody else, I see them exactly for who and what they are. And I ain't changing nothing. Not personally. Personally, I'm not doing it. You are who you are. And it's either I accept it or I don't. And 99.9% of the time, I'm not going to. So no, I ain't trying to change you. I ain't trying to upgrade you. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm not. But what I am trying to do is live my life, because my peace, quiet, and tranquility is non-negotiable. My success is my success. I'm not letting go of nobody that helped me get where I got. I ain't letting go of nobody that when I was going through the worst of the worst has been there for me through it. I'm not letting none of them people go. For all these new people, you will not be coming after I done built everything. I am not giving up the husband that was there when I was going through it and I was crying, and who helped me lose my weight. I am not leaving the person that helped me build everything. I'm there till death do us part. I will love that person at their best, and I will love them at their worst, as long as what they do don't impact me. I will be there in sickness and health, forsaking all others, and doing only I will do right by that person. Because that person was there for me when I was sick. That person was there for me when I was building my business. That person was there for me, supported me, had my back. The people that help me build my business and my brand, I'll be right there with them through thick and thin. No new friends. We good on that. So I just want you to understand that the internet. Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna post the one that I did on TikTok on here. And if I have to voice record where we left off, then I can do that. But no, I am not gonna sit up here and bring all these new people that weren't there. I am not taking care of grown people. Y'all are grown, you taking care of yourself. Because my whole thing is for people that's independent and some of y'all can relate to it, who do y'all have to help y'all? What do people always tell y'all? Y'all can handle it. You don't need nothing. You don't need nothing. You can handle it. They'll leave you out there broke. They'll leave you out there homeless. They'll leave you out there with nothing. Like this one that says, "Shatter the windows. This is my house." Her sister screams. So there was one I'm watching now about a girl that got an inheritance, and now the sister and the mom are fighting to get the inheritance. I saw one where he left his wife for his mistress, but she's the one that secretly owned everything. My mom called me a failure for moving home and then got her sibling a car. Family didn't invite me to my brother's wedding. My sister's son humiliated me in my graduation. Let's see. My mom locked eyes with me as she called their wedding. It's just crazy. Then another one that says she destroyed another woman's home. And then it says, my mother abandoned me at birth. So I heard. And then this is the thing. People will leave you. They'll leave you when you're not the person that no longer is what they need. And you're no longer what they want. So let's talk about elevation for a minute. Unfortunately for y'all, I'm going to say this for what it is. Do not lower yourself to build other people up. You don't have to lower yourself to do that. You never should do that. Because what's going to happen is when that person, this is how it's going to start. You're going to be here. They're going to be here. You're going to slowly switch places. This person going to be here. You're going to be down here. They're not going to have no use for you because they're going to throw it back in your face that you lowered yourself. They're going to throw in your face they have no use for you. And then they're going to dump you. Why? Because even though you help them build, because notice what I'm doing, it's a slow, very slow process. And then it just all of a sudden out of nowhere, whoop, they have no use for you. Even though you the person that was them. You built this person from the bottom up, and yet and still, they will leave you after you lower yourself. You cannot not have a safety net. You don't give up your house. You don't give up nothing, because if you give up your career and that person decides tomorrow to leave, you are gonna be screwed. It's like all these housewives back in the day whose husband's going to the strip club, whose husband's going overseas and bringing back some woman from overseas and divorcing their wife. And they didn't have nothing. I watched my mama go through it. No, I'm sorry. No, I watched my mother be a housewife, and what happened? I don't want to be a housewife. I am not giving up my independent, self-sufficient, none of that for nobody. We are partners. We are equals. We are 50-50 when it comes to the bills, 50-50 when it comes to decision making, and 100% of an effort, babe, 100% of loyalty, 100% and 100% of dependability. But I am non-negotiable when it comes to my peace. So my husband need to understand I don't want nobody in my house that's gonna mess up my peace in my house. Not even my own kids. Not even my child is peaceful. My child is even peaceful. When me and my son are together, we at peace, and we gonna remain at peace, and that's just gonna be it on it. So my peace is non-negotiable. My quiet is non-negotiable. My tranquility is non-negotiable. So if you ain't bringing it, please don't come bother me. If you have no purpose and you have no drive, I can't date you. I cannot date somebody who does not, friends included, that they ain't got themselves somewhat together. I can't be around nobody that basically essentially never again will I go through that. I ain't putting nothing else in my name. And if I give you money, I want to know when you're going to pay it back. And if you can't, you need to have a DCC to tell me that you can't. At the end of the day, my blessings are mine. My blessings are mine. They belong to me at the end of the day. So I get the fact that for a lot of y'all, you want to see things for what they are. You want to stay in these relationships that are toxic, that ain't good for you. You want everybody to say something positive. Well, guess what? That ain't the world we in. If y'all don't start learning to listen to people before you act on something, if you don't do your own research and your own the diligence and trust your intuition and your instincts, if you don't understand the importance of your knowledge, your intellect, and understanding, I don't know what to tell you. Because if you base things on your feelings and you base things on what you want, James Scott Farron, your wants and your desires are going to be the reason you're going to be mentally and psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and everything else destroyed. Your chaos comes from your feelings. If y'all don't learn to let go of the past, let go of what these people did, stop giving these people power. You know why? You want to know how people can keep coming in your life? Because regardless of whether you hate somebody, whatever negative feelings you have, whatever positive feelings you have, it will still, that person still got a hold on you. Negatively or not, they still got a hold on you. You got to let go of those emotions. You got to let go of what was. And you got to let it go and relinquish it. And it ain't just I move out. No. When you walk out the door, your emotions got to go right along with it. Your emotions got to be left there. So once you walk away, all emotions have to go. Not just some of them. All of them have to go. Every single bit of them have to go. And if you can't let go of those feelings towards your ex, if you can't let go of the hatred you feel for your baby daddy, if you can't let go of all negative and positive and emotions towards the person that have wronged you, then you will be screwed. You'll be very, very much screwed. Let it go. Let go of whatever that person did. Let go of the emotional entanglement. Let go of the soul ties that person has on you. Let it go. Let it go. Let go of everything that is attached to that person, that is attached to you, except your kids. I can be around my ex and not have those type of feelings. I let them go a long time ago. But is he still in my life because we have kids together? Absolutely. Do I hate him? No. I feel nothing. But we're cool with each other. So I'm just saying to you, when it comes to people, you need to see them for exactly what they are, not what you want to be. You got to see situations for what they are. Y'all got to see government for what is going on right now. Y'all got to see everything in this world that is out there, especially for what it is. When you walk out that door, you get in that car, just know it's a possibility you might get into an accident. Just know when you go to the club, it's a possibility there's a bunch of serpents out there. Try your best to don't go where the devil lies. When you meet people, don't bring them into, you see my house is quiet. Yes, that quietness, that peace. You're just gonna learn how to have that when you walk out that door. So there should be nothing that anybody can say to you that's gonna piss you off. It should be nothing that you go through that you can't handle, and you're just like, okay, this happened. Okay, don't get me wrong. You can cry about it. You got every right to cry. You got every right to be mad, but don't hold on to it. Let it go. Cry it out. Stop trying to hold your tears. Cry it out. Write it down. Write down your feelings and say, I'm relinquishing it. Burn it. Write it down. Burn it. Speak it. Relinquish it. Move on. Talk to your family. You don't need to talk to 4 different people. Say it one time what happened. Relinquish it. When you talk to that person, just have the conversation. And when you say, I'm done, that's it. That's all. Pack your stuff. They pack their stuff. You leave. And when you leave them emotions with you. You leave every single emotion towards that person. Leave it. Just say, you know what? I forgive you. I don't forgive you for you. I forgive you for me. And that is how you will let it go. And you will sit down and learn from it. You will grow from that situation. You will evolve from the situation. When it's your environment, leave your environment. Stop being like Lot's wife and keep wanting to go back. Go back for what? You can't go back. You can't go back. There is no going back. You can't go back. Either you're going to start over or let it go. That's it. Stop trying to say we back together. No, you ain't. You ain't back together. You are starting over. That relationship was done the minute the person did what they did. It was over. It has been over on their part, just like yours. You just now finding out. They were gone a long time ago. They were gone when they messed around with that person. They were gone when they started changing as far as not being the person that you thought they were. They've been gone. They've been gone. That's why you can't lower yourself, because here's the thing. The whole point is for both of y'all to be on the same level, for y'all to be in the same place, not for y'all to be in different places, not one person here and one person. That ain't never going to work, because then you can't relate to each other. When you let somebody hold you back, that's why some of y'all now in your 50s, you mad. You mad because now you in your 40s and you be like, I ain't accomplished nothing. Why? Because you did what was expected and not what you wanted to do. And you could have done what you wanted to do. You could have stayed at your parents' house, helped them with their bills, traveled the world, took your money, and you'd have been good. You didn't have to move out. But what did you do? Be in a relationship with somebody that wants you to lower themselves. Somebody that got insecurity issues. They got mommy, daddy, child dynamic issues. They got domestic violence. People that your greatest hater is somebody that's close to you. Not the ones that don't know you. Those are your greatest haters. And y'all talk, and I'm just like, and now you my age. And now you trying to build a business. Now you trying to build a brand. Now you trying to build a legacy. But when you were younger, all you did was what was expected from everybody else. You trying to dress like everybody else, act like everybody else, think like everybody else, become like everybody else, but you ain't you. You ain't never been you. You ain't been you at all. And when some of y'all look back, you be like, I don't even go back and look at your old pictures. And then look at society and look at all your Facebook friends. You look just like them. You are doing what's expected, but not what you really want to do. Me and somebody that I'm getting ready to let y'all hear the podcast, the pre-podcast that me and this person did. It went from him and I doing a pre-conversation to it actually turning into a podcast episode. But it was a natural transgression. But when y'all hear that pre-conversation, see what I decided to do with my podcast, I decided to play the pre-conversation of the person that's coming on my podcast. What we talked about during that conversation. Because that's how the conversation is going to go once it's published. So I had two that I did, and they turned out beautifully. I was so impressed about how it went. And it could have been a whole podcast. But I decided no. But it tells me how I go about my episodes. My episodes are not planned. It is straight up conversation, and it's a beautiful thing. So that way you're prepared for the person. So we're just going to finish the conversation from where we left off. That way you will know what we'll be talking about, what we'll be speaking on, and it's a natural conversation. It's not nothing stuffy. It's nothing like that. Most of these people have never been on a podcast where they could just talk, where it's just a conversation. And it's nothing forced. It's just a beautiful progression of a conversation about health and about healing and recovery in all aspects. But I can't wait for y'all to hear the pre-conversation of the two that I did, because I am posting them on my podcast. And they were just beautiful content. And then I have another one that I'm actually doing live, and I'm going to do it on TikTok as well. Y'all going to get to listen to it just in case it go out. And that way, just in case my computer go out, it's going to still continue on. And I'm just going to switch, and then with LinkedIn, I just have to just post it. But yeah, welcome to my world. So yeah, I just want y'all to understand, you got to see people for what they are. Even though you don't want to hear what they got to say negatively, you might want to listen. You need to listen to them. Because again, if you really are recovered, you be like, okay. If that's how you feel, it's over with. That's it. Now, if somebody coming to you and they're not being, mean, but they're being honest, you'll learn the difference between honesty and somebody just being downright mean, because of the approach of it all. If my husband came to me and said, I don't like your friends, I'm like, why you don't like them? And I want him to tell me why he don't like them. If I tell him I don't like his friends, there's a legitimate reason why I don't like them. So again, you cannot tell one person what they can't do, and you're doing the exact same thing. That's crazy and stupid. So that's why I tell people, you can't tell somebody what they can and cannot do, and yet you're doing the same thing. So I don't really understand how in the world somebody gonna tell somebody else they can't do with something, but yet you're doing the exact same thing you're telling them not to. Or you end up dating somebody that is the exact same person, or messing around with the exact same person that you said you didn't want your spouse to be, or your significant other to be. So that is crazy. Just like you find out you have a $1,200 charge on your card, and your family is like, it's okay. First of all, why are you spending $1,200 of my money? So again, y'all got to stop being Captain Save-A-Hoes, Build-A-Bears, Build-A-Dolls, Seed Fillers, and People Pleasers to people that ain't never going to appreciate and value what you do. Could never not going to value it. And like I said, I created these podcasts for a reason. Not because, like I said, I want people to heal. I want people to grow. I want people to evolve. I want people to elevate. I want people to mature. I want people to be the version of themselves that they really want to be. I want you to do what you love and get paid for what you do and for what you love. And it's not a regular job, because we're not supposed to be working in regular jobs in the first place, because we ain't. We're supposed to do what we love and make money off what we love. But you can't leave your job until you build something to where you can. And then you'll start teaching other people. Like, I'm going to have some people work for me. And then they're going to end up having their own coaching stuff. Will I support them? Absolutely. Will we work together? Absolutely. Because I might have different people that might want to do different types of coaching. And they still are under me, but they have their own businesses. It is like when it comes to travel agency. I was talking to somebody yesterday about becoming a travel agent. And I was talking to them about it, and I was like, I had done it before. But they tell you all travel agents get commission. Fine. Cool. But my thing about it is, like I said, all of that has everything to do with coaching, and still go back to that. Because I make money, I make commission off my own travels. Want to make a traveling book. You see what I mean? Y'all got to stop letting people stop you from what it is you really want to do. Now, I'm not saying you don't need a backup plan. I ain't saying you don't need a job. I'm not saying that. But be realistic about what you're doing and understand the struggles of what you're going to be doing. And do not quit your job until you say, I'm going to make at least $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Just starting off. And then as it grows, then when you start making $50,000, quit your job then. Consecutively. And whatever you're doing to maintain it, keep doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, you may have to adjust a little bit, but the primary thing that got you there, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I never thought in a million years that I would be doing podcasts where I'm now interviewing people. Never thought that. Never thought in a million years. But now I'm doing what I love to get away from what's required. Not saying that everybody can do that, because they can't. But the whole point is for you to pay everything off so you can. So if you have to work a regular 9-to-5 job so you can at 40 retire and be able to start making money and start, doing your own business while you're working, you can do that. Some people do that on the weekends. They go to the flea market and they sell their jewelry in the flea market. They're doing digital marketing. They're doing coaching on the weekend. So again, stop allowing people to tell you who you are. Stop trying to be what everybody else wants you to be, and just be and do you. And either people accept it or they don't. Who cares? Your happiness begins and ends with you. Everybody's just the addition to that. Tree, okay. You're a tree. This body is a tree. And yes, the limbs, the stems, the branches, all of that is going to fall. But guess what? New leaves, new branches will grow back. And that's the point. You're going to lose people. You're going to change. You're going to grow and you're going to evolve. But if you lower yourself because you want to make everybody else happy, you are losing yourself. You don't have to do that. You don't have to lower yourself to build other people up. You just give them whatever guidance, give them the tools, and that's it. But protect you. Because once you lower yourself, you will continue to do it. Once you say, I'm no longer lowering myself to build nobody up no more, unless it's professional. And let me explain, even professional, you ain't gonna do it. Because even me and the person was talking about that, how you have therapists that have clients and they end up taking on their energy, and they be like, I need a moment because that was deep. Yeah. Sometimes you take on somebody else's energy, somebody else's baggage, and you got to say to yourself, I rebuke it. I don't want a parts of it. This ain't my baggage. But that don't mean I can't be empathetic, sympathetic, and understanding. I'm just not taking it on. But that don't mean I won't cry with you. It don't mean I don't relate to you, but I'm not taking it home. I'm not taking whatever at my job home. I'm not taking whatever, whoever, whatever. I'm not taking it home because my peace and quiet is at home. That's my sanctuary. That's my peace. And I'm sorry. That's a non-negotiable. It just is. It's a non-negotiable. My house is my peace, so I'm not bringing it home. Just like my kids, I would tell them the same thing. Leave that at the house. Leave that at school. Now, if they come back and tell me, Mom, I had a bad day, I'm still not taking it home. What's wrong, baby? Well, this happened, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I need you to let it go. I need you, look, how do you feel about it? We go into how they feel about it. And then we go into their opinion of it, their thoughts on it. And then we say, you know what? Are you ready to let it go? And then they let it go and they go to school tomorrow. And that's it. They let it go. Because some things just ain't even worth being mad about. Some things ain't even worth the time and the energy. But you got to see things for what they are, not what you want them to be. Because even though you may want something to be a certain way, don't mean it's going to. Even though you may want your parents to love you, even if you think by doing all of these things that this person is going to appreciate, no, they ain't. They just going to continue to suck the life out of you. They just going to continue to do all of these negative things, and then you're screwed. You the one going to hit rock bottom. That person is not going to hit rock bottom. Negative people do not hit rock bottom. They will find somebody else to suck the life out of. But you going to hit rock bottom. You going to hit rock bottom. So y'all got to start with this illusion and these fantasies of like, girl, he is so fine. I don't care how fine he is. Don't mean he ain't driving. Don't mean he ain't get all these other women chasing. You think you the only one chasing? You think you the only one that thinks he's attractive? You think you the only one that want her? You ain't the only person that desires that siren, okay? Because the whole entire time, that's what I've been talking about, a siren. You've been dealing with sirens. You've been dealing with wolves in sheep's clothing, boy and girl that cry, wolves, sirens, vampires, snakes, Jezebels, harlots, and succubus. And y'all better start paying attention, because once you let them in your world, the chaos and destruction that they gonna cause, you don't want that. You need to protect yourself. So be very careful of little pig, let me in, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Little pig, let me in, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house down. Well, you're going to be huffing and puffing for a long time, because I'm not letting you in here. Because that's exactly what that is. 3 little pigs. Everybody did not understand that 3 little pigs was more than just a house. It is what you choose to protect yourself in general. Do you want to protect yourself of bricks, titanium, platinum? Do you want to protect yourself of sticks? Or do you want to protect yourself of straw? But if you don't start protecting you, this don't matter. If this is not protected, an illness can come in here and mess up all of this. A person can kick that door down. Somebody can knock that glass out. But either way it go, this can only protect you to a certain extent. You have to be able to protect you. This is your home. This just protects this here. Everything you eat, everything you drink, everything you do, everywhere you act, everywhere you behave, everywhere you think, every way that you allow your feelings, your self-consciousness, which is your feelings, your consciousness, which is your mental state. If this gets messed up, this gets damaged. Because if this is not focusing on protecting this, based on the choices, decisions, actions, and behavior, this will deal with the consequences of it. So every choice, every decision, every action, every behavior that you do, say, think, believe, so on and so forth, determines how healthy you will be, how successful you will be, how happy you will be. Your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-values, your self-respect, your confidence, you believing in yourself when nobody else does. If you don't maintain that, then you're going to destroy yourself. And you're not going to be healthy. So for those of y'all who think you're healthy because you lose weight, no. you will gain that weight right on back. For those of y'all who think that you get over STD, you won't get another one. Yeah, you will. You'll still keep making the same choices. For those of y'all that keep having all these kids because you keep thinking every person is different. No, they're not. Because you haven't changed. When you change, everything changes for you. When you grow, everything will grow with you. Nobody's supposed to hold you back. Everybody's supposed to let you shine. Everybody's supposed to let you be. If they don't do that, that's a very serious problem. So with that being said, I hope this gives y'all information. I told y'all, welcome to family trauma. Didn't even know that. I mean, family is the number one issue. Once you deal with family and you put boundaries on family, everybody else gonna be easy to deal with. Because what you expect from your family is what you expect from everybody else. Non-negotiables, boundaries. Once you can do that with your family, once you can stop trying to be what they want you to be and stop worrying about what they think about you, once you cut the tie and you say, I'm no longer going to be Captain Save-A-Hope, my family, build a bears, build dogs, see fields, and people please. Once you start wanting to be loved, liked, appreciated, valued, wanted, need to be a part of something, be validated, be approved of, to be accepted, for somebody to know your worth. Once you close those chapters and let go of the version of what everybody wants you to be, like I did, then you will be very much happier and healthier. Because a huge, huge weight will come off you. And not only will you be healthier, but everything you do from this day forward is based on who you are. And the whole point of health and wellness, once you let that go, is to be the person you want to be. And that's what will make you healthy. And everything that you do from this day forward is, if you don't like me, I don't care if I'm chosen or not, I still won't play a part of it. So even though that group might be the top tier or whatever, I'm still not gonna want to be a part of it because they don't want me there. So even though I have the gift, even though I have all of these qualities, that person don't want me. So the next topic that we will be talking about is, just because you get accepted doesn't mean you're chosen. Just because you get chosen don't mean you're accepted. And that one go deep. Because some of y'all been in places that they never really liked you. They never wanted you there. But because you have something they want, they'll just tolerate you. That's where bullying comes from. My ear is itching. Somebody's talking about me. But that's why that happens. So if you understand that, even though you want to be in a certain position, I told my nephew this the other day, and I'm gonna leave it here. I told my nephew, I said, even if you play for a sorry team, you still would have got a full college, a full scholarship. Hold on a minute. I gotta always do this. Oops, I didn't mean that. I was trying to move in the right place. I have to do this little thing in order to get TikTok to move. But yeah, I told my nephew, I said, if you'd have played for a bad team and you would have built that team up, you'd have showed your leadership skills. Sometimes it's not always good to be with everybody that's the best of the best. Because then if everybody's good, then you're not going to stand out. But if you're with a team that you build the people that's on that team and you build them into something that's going to be great, then you will be noticed. Why? Because you built a whole entire team that sucked and you made it into something great, versus being on a team that's already great and you can't bring nothing else to it. So sometimes you can't always bring something into something that's already built. But if you build something that is of your own, or you go into something that may not be the best of the best, but you build it into something that can be great, that's going to be a greater accomplishment than having something that's already built. Just like somebody that gets something from their parents and it's already theirs. Can you make it your own? Yeah, because you already have the foundation. But either you're going to make it your own and you're just going to do the same way that they did it and not make no changes to it. Or they're not going to allow you to make no changes to it. So even though they give it to you, they still going to come in and be like, wait a minute, you changed this? Versus you having something of your own. So just because you are chosen doesn't mean you're accepted. Doesn't mean these people are going to accept what it is that you bring to the table. Or they're never going to like you or appreciate you or value you. They're not even going to know your worth. They're just looking at you as you have a talent. I'm going to exploit that. I'm going to squeeze as much out of your talent as I can. So another example of that would be the music industry, movie industry. The people that are behind this, but the people that are giving the money ain't the ones that's actually performing. These actors get paychecks just like you do. They just do what they love. See, that's what we're going to talk about next week. You can do what you love and still work for somebody else. Does that make sense? So even though you are doing what you love, but that don't mean you ain't working for somebody else. And that don't mean you ain't making somebody else money. Not one of these celebrities are getting the full amount of money off what they do. They don't. Even basketball players, they don't get fully everything that belongs to them. They don't get all of the money that these owners make off of them. Do you have any idea how much these owners make off them? They're still paying them a salary. That's not freedom. Freedom is I can do what I want to when I want to do it based on if I choose to do it. I can say I can have, let's say for example, I can have 5 clients today, 3 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning, 5 days a week. And that's only 5 hours of my time. Maybe 5 and a half, maybe 30 minutes of my time. And can make just as much in one day as I would make in a whole week. I can be able to travel, still do my one-on-one trainings, still do my coaching, and still be on vacation. I can bring my vacation on a cruise and bring all of my clients on a whole retreat and do a whole entire coaching retreat on a boat and still be good. So again, it is about doing what you love. The whole point of working a job is to own your own company. You learn everything about their business and you build something of your own. That is what you're supposed to do. You are not supposed to work till you're 65 years old. You're not. That is not the point. The point is, the whole point of having a trade is to have something of your own. You learning the business, you learning everything about the business, and you creating something that is of your own. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to work for somebody else the rest of your life. Do you know how it feels to be in front of a computer for 8 hours, or be outside for 8 hours, or be in a warehouse for 8 hours, or be a nurse on your feet for 8 hours? And yet when you're off on the weekend, it go by so fast. I remember when I lost my job in August, the end of August, the whole month of September until recently, I wasn't working. So imagine how fast time went when I wasn't working. But the thing about it was I still wasn't I was being productive because I was doing what I'm doing now. But still, it go by fast. The weekend go by fast, but yet your work week go by so slow because that's not what you want to do and that ain't where you want to be. That's why. When you're doing what you love, it go by so fast. You go on a trip, you be like, God, I don't want to go back. You're like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work tomorrow. I ain't trying to go to work. I ain't trying to work. You ain't like, I don't want to go. Whatever they tell you that you ain't supposed to be there because you don't want to work. But you have to because that's what society makes you believe, that you got to work. But see, there's a little secret that I will not tell you on here because I'm not going to do it, but I will do it on Patreon and I will do it on Discord. I decided I'm creating a Patreon channel and I decided I'm creating a Discord channel. That is where I will tell you everything about sex on Kama Sutra nights on Patreon. I will tell you everything about the stuff that y'all do not know that you ain't supposed to do. Society has not told you. And honey, I've always known it. I've always known this, but because, like some of y'all, I tried to fit into a society I didn't belong in. I'm accepting things for what they are. I ain't trying to change nothing. I don't care. Cause, like I said, I'm going in the opposite direction. So I'm going against society standards. I'm going again. I ain't going down that red pill. I'm not going down it. I don't want to go down that red pill. I don't need to. That's why I got on purple and blue. I ain't going down the red pill. I refuse to. So that being said, I thank y'all for joining me for this episode. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'm gonna look at this to see how it sounds on my Facebook, Instagram channel. If that don't work, I'm gonna download it and then post it on my YouTube channel and hopefully my whole Facebook channel. Hopefully it won't be no issues where it's stalling. If not, I'm gonna have to download this, put it on my YouTube channel, and then I have to do it vocally where I have to let it play because I gotta get my Mac computer fixed. My Mac computer is perfect for content creating. Yeah, if you really want to do content creating, I recommend an HP, a Dell, or a Mac computer. They're more so better for content creating because with these other ones, like the ones you get at Walmart, this is not a name brand computer, but when it comes to the way sometimes it stalls, yeah, I would definitely, absolutely recommend that. I ain't mean to send that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, but that's just the way it works personally. So accept things for what they are. Don't try to change nothing. Leave it alone. Let it be. Whatever is meant for you will find you or you will find it. In other words, you'll be led to it. You're not chasing behind nothing. You're not trying to follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole. You are just minding your business and you just stumble upon it. That's it. Or you stumble upon the person you meant to be with. It's never meeting your person, is never you chasing. You never chase something that everybody else has or what everybody else wants. You only get what's meant for you because you're an individual. We are not groups, we're individuals. We just happen to be in groups. And the most important thing in healing and recovery is how to be an individual in a group of people that are not like you. Don't lose yourself to be a part of something else. Because at the end of the day, you are the prize. Stop thinking you're not a prize. Stop thinking that you're not deserving. It's just the people in the world, the environment where you at, don't deserve you. That's it. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. The world just doesn't deserve you. And then not only that, you might be on a whole different path. I went after a sex coach and went from that to now doing coaching, now doing healing and recovery, and now I'm, doing podcasting. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? So again, stop trying to be and do what everybody else is doing. Just be and do you. That's it. That's all. And I promise you, you'll be happier. When you become the person you want to be, don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about what everybody else got to say about it. You're doing what makes you happy. You building something. And most importantly, you're becoming the godly person that you're meant to be, regardless of what spirituality, what religion that you are. God is leading you. So basically, essentially, you got to make a choice. Are you a person of God or the higher power, whatever your spirituality religion is, or are you the world? And if you're a God, your path is going to be very different. And not only that, your path will be exactly the path you were meant to be on in the first place. Takes you right back to when you were a kid, before everything went wrong. What do I want to be when I grow up? That's it. You start right there. You go right back to that kid, except you're an adult. And now you get to do everything differently. Because now you don't went down the past and you have learned from the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. You learn so many things that I'm going to teach you through these journeys. And I promise you, you'll be different people when you leave me. And you will be able to handle negativity in all aspects of it. Because at the end of the day, negativity only lasts as long as you allow it. That's it. It lasts as long as you allow it. As long as you allow that pain and that trauma to linger, it will linger. That being said, I gotta do Country Wayne. That's next. So I gotta get that set up. I pray to God that I can be able to do this because I want to do it on YouTube where I can actually record it and post it. So I'm going to actually try to do the Country Wayne skits, and I'm gonna actually go on there and actually pull them up. And I wish I could do them from TikTok. TikTok would be a lot easier, but YouTube may be how I'm gonna do it. But just understand that there are commercials. I may have to get premium because premium is how you don't have commercials. But I'll work it out as I always do. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I am doing YouTube for my Country Wayne skits, and I am doing that from a coaching perspective. And yes, I will be doing them the same way I always do them, but a little bit different. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Then I might actually come back and I might actually do my Kama Sutra nights for y'all. You will not see me, but it's not about me. It's about the music. So a little bit about my Kama Sutra nights for those of y'all who are wondering. I cannot say what I would like to say about Kama Sutra like I would like to. So since I cannot, I play music. So on TikTok, y'all will get a treat. I will play music and you guys get to enjoy it. I will come up with a playlist. Every playlist has a theme. Every playlist has a title. That title is what every song consists of. So I'll give you an example. There's nine components. 9. Okay. Can't get into all of it, but these 9 components are non-negotiables. These are things that every woman should want, every woman should demand, and every woman should desire. So the one time you can feed into your wants and desires is when it comes to sex. But there are 9 non-negotiables. And each one, I have a playlist for each one of them. Sometimes I combine them all. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just let the music speak for me and I just let it play. Sometimes I feel like I want a theme. But yeah, I teach it in a way that's very different than what Americans know. It's something that most people overseas know that Americans don't. So yeah, I teach that too. So again, stop sleeping on people. You cannot judge a person based on what they look like. There are people that are very well skilled at what they do and you wouldn't even know. And you're looking at them based on what they look like, but not their abilities, not their skills, and not their experience. So stop looking at people for what they look like. Stop looking at people for certain things. Like I said, I could put on a nice, cute little negligee and sit here and play music for y'all and just put my feet up and just sit there and let the music speak for me. But most of the time, you don't see me because it ain't about me, it's about the music. So yeah, I can be sexy, I can be sexual if I want to. I can be a lot of things. But because people don't take the time to really get to know me, you're not going to know. You're not going to have no idea who or what I am. I could be whatever you want me to be. I could be whatever fantasy that you like. But if you don't take the time to get to know me, how would you know that? Because the one thing that y'all don't know about them 2 body parts, they have no idea what you look like, and they have no idea what the other person that or how many people you look at. They don't go off that. You do. And that's because that's what you've been taught. When it is so incorrect and it's wrong. It's more than that. I talk about it. but there are non-negotiables. A lot of women don't even know they have. What if I told y'all, and I can show you on here if you wanted me to. I can go on YouTube and pretty much show you. Oh, I mean, I try to get my Country Wayne, but I cannot get that channel where I can go live on it. But if I could, I would show you. But I can't get on that because this is my recovery channel. But yeah, I could show you a few things. And on my Discord, I actually can show you all of it. I can show you some things and y'all be shocked. You're like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, but I can't show you on YouTube and I can't show you on here. I would have to show you on Patreon. I have to show you on Discord because I literally can do it there. I can't do it any other way. Some of y'all be shocked with the stuff I've seen, and I've seen it all. No, I ain't gonna say that because there's always something I've never seen before. But then again, that's how it works. So with that being said, I thank y'all so much for joining me for this episode. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Without y'all, there is no me. I'd be nothing without y'all. But again, being a jack of all trades is something that's important. Taking pride in what you do and your skills are very important because, again, that's what it boils down to, skills. Your experience, your choices, decisions, actions, behavior, critical thinking, common sense, and common judgment, research, your intellect, knowledge, and education, pros and cons, and morals, values, principles, and ethics, and also, most importantly, consequence, repercussion, karma of your actions, behavior, choices, and decisions, and who it impacts and who it affects. That's what it pretty much is about. So that being said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'm not really worried about gifts, to be honest, because it don't really mean that much to me. But I learned a long time ago how gifts work on TikTok. If you ain't a drop dead gorgeous person, that's what I mean. I accept things for what they are. If you ain't a drop dead gorgeous person and you ain't a Beyonce, you ain't getting no gifts. Point blank. Period. People don't give gifts to people like me. They just don't. People don't do that stuff for me. They come in, they listen, but again, I'm not the person that's gonna get a bunch of gifts, and I don't even expect it, honestly. And for those of y'all who do, I appreciate it, but I am not getting on these platforms begging for nothing. I'm more so about educating people than I am about that. But if what I say resonates with you and you give me hearts because it resonates, that's how I know it resonates with you. So any gifts you give me just tells me it resonates with you. Not because I'm begging, not because I want anything, but if it resonates with you on TikTok and y'all want to put hearts in it, by all means you can, because it lets me know not only that I'm engaged with you, but it also lets me know that you're listening. It also lets me know that some of this stuff hits home, because if I don't know what hits home for you, I can't help you. And if y'all want to come up, you can send a request. I'll bring you up and you can tell me. But at the end of the day, this is a safe space for people to be able to be honest, to be authentic, to be able to heal, and to be able to, and for me to know that you said to me that this live or any of my videos, it hits you, then that's what's important. So don't give me gifts because I'm cute. Don't give me gifts because I'm attractive. Give me gifts because I'm doing something to help you through your journeys. I'm helping you through your recovery. I'm helping you through your healing. I'm helping you to becoming the person you want to be. And you living your dreams and your goals, and you're maintaining the weight loss. You're maintaining not having cancer. So I want you, I want to have permanent solutions, not temporary. Things that you can do the rest of your life that you will continue to do. That will help you on your journey. Now, mind you, you're going to have to adjust, and that's okay if you have to adjust. But the path itself will remain the same. But you might have to make some adjustments. You may have to sit still. You may have to read the 48 Laws of Power. Oh, yeah, because I will be going with 48 Laws of Power. The 48 Laws of Power is going to forever change your life. Please read that book. I don't know why I keep sending invites. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep sending invites by accident. So I'm just telling y'all, So anytime you put hearts in the chat room, if I ask you a question, that lets me know that that's what I need to go on. So, like I said, it's just stuff I do every, but I wanted to do this because I was like doing this on my YouTube channel anyway, and my Facebook channel anyway. I figured I would do it on TikTok too, just in case it go out. Just in case my computer goes out, I still have it on here. So I like to do both, so that way, and I still got one more I got to do. But that one is the coffee date situation. Oh, that one I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change the title. It was gonna be about the coffee dates, but then I found it about the thing about Vogue and about having a boyfriend is embarrassing. So I'm gonna actually find the article that the person wrote. I found the person that wrote it. I'm actually gonna pull up the actual article and we're gonna read it and we're gonna talk about it. And it's going on my African Melanin Queen. This is gonna be a very interesting conversation. And I'm going to and this time y'all will not see me because I'm gonna do a pan. I'm actually gonna do a panel on it. So if anybody want to come up on the panel, you are welcome to come up because I am really curious about this. But understand when you come up on the panel, it will not be no look. When it comes to the battle of the sexes, I'm gonna tell you now there are rules on my channel. I'm gonna tell you now how my channel operates with panels, and I'm gonna tell you that for your pop up here. If I have more than one person up here, if you cannot prove your theory, then don't come up here. Because while you're talking, I am researching and I will debunk you. This channel is not about right or wrong when it comes to knowledge. It is about understanding and everybody having a voice, everybody having thoughts, opinions, and feelings about whatever the topic is. You cannot tell somebody they're wrong about their personal experience. You cannot bash people because it's not a bashing channel. I don't bash people like that. This is about people speaking their truths, whether you agree or disagree. And if you do, each person will have 2 to 5 minutes to be able to debate. And you have to give that person the same amount of time as they gave you. So, for example, I'm going to time how long you've been talking. The other person gets the same amount of time. And then if you want to respond to it, you get the same amount of time. So once that time is set, that's the time y'all got. So if that person takes 2 minutes to talk, then that's how long the other person has to talk throughout the whole entire conversation. You have 2 minutes. And then I'm gonna say, when it start getting down to the last 30 seconds, I'm gonna start saying, start winding it down. Or I might say, I don't mean to interrupt, but you got exactly 1 minute. So it'll be a countdown. But I try to give people 3 to 5 minutes per person to speak. It may not take that long, but that's how much time I give you. In the end, each person has, before they leave, you have to tell me what you learned from the panel. And if you are somebody that has a business or whatever the case may be, what your Instagram is and how people can follow you. See, I don't mind promoting people. So that's the whole purpose of it all. So that being said, I love y'all. I so love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, those are the rules on my channel. This is a no holds bar. You have the freedom of speech, but look, cuss words, no cuss words unless you slip. That is fine. Now, if you're trying to express something and using cuss words and it's not towards anybody else, as long as you ain't saying anything that's explicit and disrespecting anybody that's on the panel, then we're good. But when you start disrespecting people and calling women out their name, you got to go. Okay? I do that with Country Wayne skits, and I do that no matter what my content is. But I will be having a panel for the Vogue, the article. So I'm excited about that. With that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And without y'all, there is no me. I will be nothing without y'all. Until next time, I see y'all later. Bye, y'all.